Hey everyone, Abigail Reese and Joe Curtis here. We wanted to talk about the grass being greener on the other side and shiny object chasing, basically. Um, I can relate to this definitely in previous businesses that I've been in. Obviously, what I'm in now isn't the very first business I've ever been in, but I've learned a hell of a lot since then. Um, we see so many people in this industry, not not even just in this business, but in other businesses as well, jumping ship, jumping from one shiny object to another, without really gaining real momentum in the one they're in. And I think that's what we wanted to talk about on this particular video today, was about the fact that if you don't put in full force into the business that you're in and you don't make that work, there's no point jumping to something else, because you're not really going to make that work either, because you're not really committing to it's like building foundations for a business and then jumping on and building foundations for something else before you even start building the first skyscraper. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Joe?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to it as well. I mean, I've been in a few online businesses over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, and I've jumped from one business to the other, thinking that the next business is going to be the one that I'm going to get, all the results in. But what you don't realise when you're doing that is the business is just a vehicle. It's just a vehicle that can take you where you want to go. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to your skills, your mindset, and that stays the same no matter what business in. And you can see this quite clearly when you see successful online marketers, and they're in one program and they're making a killing, they're crushing that program, and if they do join something new, immediately you see them get very, very fast results on the next business. And we're not talking about building up a second income stream when you've already built up one to the level that you're happy with. What we're talking about is people who go from business to business to business and not actually getting the results they want in any of those businesses. So it's different if you've built up one and then you're adding on something else to increase your earnings, to diversify. But if you haven't even got where you want to get to with one business, then what makes you think you're going to get there on another business? And it's just, I don't really understand why people think that.
I think I can relate to that in the early days of internet marketing, network marketing. You get into something, you get all excited about it. Yeah, this is it. And then, especially in the early stages, you find that it's more difficult than you might think, or that you have to put in perhaps more time than you want, and you think, whatever, I'll just go find something easier or something cheaper or something. I mean, I see so many people like looking for free business, and no business is free. You'd never get a bricks and mortar shop that's free. A business is a business, whether it's online or offline, and you have to treat it as such. And what you wouldn't do is buy a shop and then before you even get it off the ground, go and buy another shop and abandon the first one. I mean, that's basically, in essence, what people often do online. And
I think it all comes down to having what's called skin in the game. So if you've got no skin in the game, you haven't got a reason why you're doing it, or you haven't invested any money or any time into it, the chances are you're not going to take it seriously. I mean, if you've put in, like, let's say you're starting a bricks and mortar business and you lay down 100,000 investment, you're going to take that very seriously,
Yeah, exactly. You've got to work it. You can't just not take it seriously. You've got to work it if you want to be successful online, and you get involved in the business for whatever reason. And as you said, it's not even so much the business, because the business is the vehicle. It's what you do with it. You can make a success out of pretty much any business, if you've got the training, the support, you know what to do, and you're committed to persevering and putting in consistent action into that for as long as it takes. If it takes a year, so be it. If it takes 5 years, so be it. If you commit to it for as long as it takes and relentlessly keep going, then eventually you are going to become successful. You are, and then that's a good time to, as you said, go and, if you want to grow another additional income stream, you can, that then will be a good time to do it, not when you're trying to grow 10 different things at
that's
once.
it. And I think people come in with the wrong mindset that they can come in, do nothing, and make a lot of money. But you do have to put in a consistent effort. And with a traditional bricks and mortar business, it takes a lot more investment than any online business, and it takes 3 to 5 years before you even get profitable. For an
before
average,
you break even often. Yeah.
In fact, I did realize found out the other day somewhere online that Amazon was unprofitable for the first 7 years.
Wow.
Unprofitable, and now look at how big Amazon is. And
exactly, but they kept going. They believed in themselves, they believed in their product, their business module, and they kept going. They knew it was going to win in the end, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, that perseverance, that dedication. Like,
absolutely, you've
got to have dedication.
You've got to be able to push through. Any journey, any education, if you like, whether it's you're in university or college or any kind of thing that you're learning, and that process that you're going through, there's going to be a lot of frustration. There's going to be a lot of brick walls that you've just got to push through. The only way to get where you want to go is to push through those obstacles, and the way you do that is by just keep going, sticking to the plan, seeing the long-term vision, having a reason why you're doing it, and just never giving up, and you'll naturally find a way through.
That is so correct. But with regarding to building up additional income streams, at least what we're doing, we're building additional income streams all inside one. So in essence, we're putting all the action into building one business, but that in turn is growing multiple income streams. So this is why I'm very, very excited about what we're doing. But the principle works the same with anything else, whether you're in a business that's just one company and one income stream. The principle is exactly the same. Just putting everything into growing that.
I think multiple income streams, that term, the way I see it is a bit of a double-edged sword, because it is obviously a great thing because you're diversifying and you're building up multiple income streams. You don't just want one thing, but at the same time, it can cause a lot of people to spread their efforts too thinly and not build up one business before moving on to another business. So what we do with our $10 system is, in one system, it grows multiple income streams all within. So we just promote the one thing, and the system automatically grows multiple income streams for everybody who's in it. So
yeah, that's right. We're putting all our time and effort into building one business, in essence, that encompasses several inside of it. I love that it's like that. I really do.
And I think the main takeaway from this video is that the grass is not greener on the other side. If you're in a business right now and you're struggling, then just keep going, keep talking to your mentors, keep learning every single day, keep pushing through those barriers, that frustration, and eventually you're going to get to where you want to get to. And if you'd like to check out what we're doing with the $10 system, then feel free. The link is in the description. You can also connect with us on Facebook as well. I'll put the links to both of our Facebooks in the description. So hope you've got some good value from this video, and I'll see you on the next video.
Yeah, take care, guys.